Hey, what is going on, YouTube? Thanks again for tuning in to Poor Boys RC, where today we've got something a little bit different. I picked this up from TEMU. This is a sponsored video from TEMU. We're going to get into that in a second. But what we really want to focus on today, guys, is this sweet looking ride called the Beast.
Excellent!
The Beast is a 1/16 scale, full-time four-wheel drive RC car that can be used for drifting, it can be fun to race with, and we're going to do all of that in today's video. Also note that the Beast comes in two major configuration setups. We've got a brushless setup, which I've got here, and then on the other side of the box, we have a little bit of a different look, a really neat looking body, but this is the brushed RTR that comes in at a slightly lower price point. The brushless version is going to cost a few dollars more than the brushed version, but I think we all want to see the brushless version anyway, because it's always going to have a little more performance than the brushed would. Now, if you haven't been to TEMU's site yet, let's do that right now and take a quick walkthrough so you guys can familiarize yourselves with the site. If you have any questions, throw them down in the comment section below. Oh, and right before we do that, guys, I'm going to have links down below in the description box on where you can get one of these directly and some coupon codes for you guys, so be sure to check that out. TEMU is a web-based superstore that sells everything from toys to lifestyle products and everything in between. They've got a massive selection of everyday goods as well as RC products at rock-bottom prices. They have site-wide sales up to 90% off on a regular basis, free shipping on items shipped from TEMU, free returns in 90 days, a $5 credit for late deliveries, and 30-day price protection to make sure you're getting the best price on the items you're buying from TEMU. I've got a special coupon code for you guys right here. Make sure you plug that in to access as many discounts as you can get. And I'll also throw another link in the description box below where you guys can quickly and easily find the Beast 1/16 scale radio control, four-wheel drive, high-speed, all-road car. Now, with all the technical stuff out of the way, it's time to see what this thing's all about. Let's start with the unboxing. And before we open up the box, it's always a nice idea to take a look at the box art, absorb everything that's on here. I love to do that. I love box art. We've got this neat little Beast logo here and a couple variations. There's the brushless version there, which is what we have. And here they've got an image of the brushed version. And of course I opened it upside down. That is it. So let's start off with the car, because that's what we all are really here to see, isn't it? The Beast. Definitely sporting some Dodge Challenger vibes. Non-licensed body. It's a Challenge, not a Challenger. It's got a pretty mean looking front end on it. I am digging that. It's got this raised cowl hood with some LED lights in there. We're going to look into that in a little bit. It's got a little bit of weight to it too. I dig it. Full-time four-wheel drive. Body is looking good. Let's get these body pins out of here. Take our body off there, guys. You can see a bunch of wires here because there are a lot of LEDs in the front and the rear of this thing. So I'm going to unplug a couple of these so we can get this body up and out of the way. There are a lot of LEDs in the front end of this kit. There's some in the back too, but there's quite a few in the front. You can see all these wires we have here, which is pretty neat. I'm really excited to see how this is going to look. But right away on the inside of the body, we've got a much harder plastic insert here, and that's housing all of the lights. And it's kind of acting as like a front nose cone on the Lexan body. So the front of the body is actually made of hard plastic, whereas the rest of the body is made of very flexible Lexan. In fact, it looks like it still has the protective plastic overspray film on it. So let's get that removed and see how this thing really looks. There is the body with the protective film off. Very coarse metallic looking, almost like a gunmetal type of a color. We've got some scale details on the back. We've got this spoiler. We've got the scale antenna up top. So a few neat scale elements to this body. We've got some holes in the side. I bet you we're going to have some side mirrors in the spare parts bag. Overall, pretty happy with how that body looks. Now the fun stuff. Let's take a look at this chassis. This is a very tried, tested, and true looking platform. Dual bell crank steering. Again, a brushless motor in here, which is really neat. We are going to do some speed testing with it today too to see what the max speed is. We've got a 2-in-1 ESC and receiver, and it looks like the steering servo is a 3-wire steering servo. So if you needed to replace that down the line, you could. The servo does come with an integrated servo saver, which is great to see. We have fixed suspension links, so no adjustable camber, no adjustable toe. We've got friction shocks. Looks like we've got some steel CVAs up front. I think you can see those right there. And we've got some steel dog bones in the rear. Right up top here, you can see the kit does come with a multi-function light unit. We're going to look into that in a little bit. Kit also did come equipped with a 1500 milliamp 2S LiPo battery. We've got some lighting for the rear, full-time four-wheel drive. Suspension is a little bit bouncy, but oil fill shocks can be uprated down the line. Let's take a look at the radio next here, guys. See what this looks like. The radio itself, guys, is very, very lightweight. It's very small. If you've got small hands, this is going to fit you quite well. I've got very large hands. Looks like it just takes 3 batteries down here. We've got a foam grip on the steering wheel, which I do like. I prefer foam grips over rubber grips. Proportional forward reverse with a couple interesting switches here. We've got a channel 3 here, which is used to control the angel eyes or the halo of the headlights. And then we've got a high speed, low speed, medium speed toggle switch right here. So if you're a beginner, you want to start at the low speed, you could do that. If you're a little more intermediate driver, click it up a notch. And if you want to harness the full power of the kit, crank her up, bud, and let her go. A couple adjustment knobs up top for your steering. And overall, guys, a pretty basic unit that's going to get the job done. The kit does also come with this instruction manual, which has everything you're going to need to know about your beast. One thing we haven't determined yet, though, is if this kit has ball bearings throughout, and that's something that we really need to know. So let's get one of these wheels off and take a closer look at it. There's our little pin, and yes, indeed, I am seeing some ball bearings out there. That is phenomenal. If you guys have any other questions about the beast or like to know more about it, throw them down in the comment section below. Always happy to get back to you guys. Now, with all that out of the way, it's time to get this thing outside and see what it can do.
We are here on location to do a bit of testing with the beast, and there's a zip lining place behind me. So if you hear a lot of hooting and hollering, it's the zip liners having a good time. But anyway, guys, here we are. The rain is starting, so I got to act fast. We have got the beast. The parking lot is dry today, so we're going to start off with our speed test first. It's a 4500, I believe, 4500 kV brushless motor running on 2S. I'm thinking we should be able to get at least 30 kilometers per hour out of this thing. So fingers are crossed we can make that happen. Let's see what she's got. Zeroed out, kilometers per hour. Let's see what we got. That's full throttle there. Moves pretty good. Look at that, guys, 38.2 kilometers per hour, and that is with the high speed setting. Let's try that again, see if we can go a little bit quicker, see if we can get her into 40. .7, so what's that, 39 kilometers an hour, which is not bad at all. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Now, with that reset, let's try this. Let's go into the medium setting. Let's try that again. .28 kilometers per hour. That's not too bad. Drop her down to low. See what the low speed setting gives us. Yeah, you can really feel that one slowing down. That's full throttle, guys. Suspension works pretty good for friction shocks. You can see a little bit of body roll there. There you go, guys. 19.5 kilometers an hour at the low speed setting. So again, let's jump that up to high speed. Try one more time. Did the GPS survive? It did, 38.2. I love the lights up front. The lights are adjustable as well, guys, just so you know. And as you can see, as I turn my wheel, the blinkers go as well. And we do have lights in the rear. Might feel a bit tough to pick it up out here. It's kind of this poor lighting scenario, and those blinkers do work as well, which is pretty cool. So just about 40 kilometers an hour for a top speed. Not too bad. Overall, I'd say handling is actually surprisingly good for something with such a small scale, 1/16 scale, and having just, you know, friction dampers on it. It actually handles pretty well. So I'm gonna blast this thing around a little bit more, have some fun with it, do some more testing. Very responsive with the throttle. Tires seem to be holding up pretty good. We've got a couple little skids here. And you know, that purple, I thought that was plastic when I unboxed this, but now I see that's anodized aluminum. It doesn't quite look anodized. It almost looks like it's painted. Now that it's scratched, I can see that's actually made of metal. It really likes to kind of float that back end out. It's actually pretty enjoyable to drive. It's pretty cool. Whoa! This is a cool little car. I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit. Now, I've got some rain starting to fall. Sorry about the wacky angle, guys. I want to try these drift tires before this rain gets us out of here. The stock tires actually had surprisingly good traction. I don't think there's foams in there, and I don't think they're glued. Oh no, they are glued. Yeah, they are glued. But I don't feel a foam in there. But traction was actually not bad. All right, guys, drift tires are installed. I'm not a drifter guy at all, so don't bash me for my horrible drifting driving. All right, guys, she's alive. So there you have it, guys. This is the four-wheel drive beast, which you can find exclusively on TEMU. Again, I've got coupon codes down below. I've got direct links to grab one of these. Comes in both brushed and brushless. It's got super rad LEDs all over the place, in the back and the front. You can drift with it, you can rally with it. It's about 1/16 scale. Comes ready to run, just add 3 AA batteries into your radio and it's good to go. I had a lot of fun bashing this thing around. I am not a drifter, as you could tell by my terrible anti-drift driving. And do the button click thing, hit the subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, share, comment, all that stuff really helps the algorithm and these small channels grow, which is what we're definitely trying to do. And until next time, guys, be excellent to each other.